What's up, baby? Take me out to dinner. You know?
Just a bunch of dumbasses.
Welcome back to the Vibe Check Cafe podcast. I'm your host, Lena,
And I'm Ashley.
and we're serving up vibes and vibe checks. Today we have our teas. I am drinking the Harney and Sons decaf hot cinnamon.
And I'm drinking Tazo. I love glazed lemon loaf. It's just the best. And look, Santa's helper
Yeah,
because Christmas is forever.
it's upon us. It is
Mm.
upon us. So
All
today
right.
we're going to be talking about mothers, mothers-in-law,
Yeah.
stepmothers, all things mommy.
All right. Am I the a-hole for banning my mother-in-law from the house after I discovered that she installed a camera in the bedroom?
That is disgusting. Talk
This isn't
about,
gonna be good.
yeah, that's just
This,
the utmost invasion of privacy. Like, even
yeah.
going into someone's bedroom without permission, or like if you're house sitting or whatever, you go in their bedroom, that feels awful. Putting a
Like,
camera in there,
I can't even play devil's advocate with this one. Like, how is that ever okay? Like, what's the good excuse for putting a camera in your son's bedroom?
the only thing I can think of is like you're suspicious that he's being abused or something, and that's where the activity happens. Or maybe there's ghosts,
Still,
paranormal activity type stuff.
super sketch either way. Like, I don't know. All
Yeah.
right. My husband, male 33, got into a car accident almost a month ago. He's bedridden due to a back injury, and I've been his primary caregiver. The pressure has been too much for my mother in law. She keeps telling me to take care of him and be there for him constantly. She begged me to take time off work, and I did. Asked me to send her hourly updates about his condition first 2 weeks, but when I don't, she'd get mad and cause an issue. She visits every day, but doesn't do anything to help. Alternatively, she'd list all the things I should or shouldn't do. The family keeps telling me that she's just worried sick for her son, so I try to stay calm. Days ago, she called to berate me about not replacing the sheets quickly. I had no idea how she found out since my husband didn't call her. My sister in law called me to tell me that her mom installed a camera in the bedroom to see if I was taking proper care of her son.
What?
I was stunned. After searching the room, I found the camera. I called my mother in law and had a huge fight with her. She admitted it and said she would just felt concerned and wanted to make sure her son was being cared for, despite him calling her every day. I yelled at her, telling her that she's no longer allowed in my home after this. She lost it and went on a rant about how I'm stopping her from seeing her son and that not seeing him will literally make her sick herself. The family
What?
called me later to tell me to back out of this decision, but I told them she breached my privacy and took advantage of the situation. They said I'm taking it too personally and that I can't blame a concerned mother for wanting to make sure her son's fine, especially since she listed things she thought I was doing wrong. I ended the conversation, but my husband is upset, telling me I'm being vindictive and that if his mom can't come, he'll move there with her.
So he's taking his mother's side.
Yeah, we
What?
argued and then I went outside and he's been silent ever since. Am I the a
Well, no. And what you need to do is get a divorce because let's just back it up. Skirt skirt. Okay.
Hmm, yeah.
Putting a camera in someone's bedroom, that's insane. First
Mhm.
of all. Like, a camera should not be in a bedroom unless both parties are consenting, okay? And I don't think she was consenting to her mother-in-law putting a camera in her room. Also, just putting a camera there so you can be extra overbearing, that's
Mm.
insane. I cannot imagine. Definitely get a divorce. Your husband is taking her side in this matter that is off the wall. I would not stick around. What happens when
Yeah,
you have children? His
exactly. That's
mother-in-law
what I
says
was thinking.
something and he takes her side no matter what. She can never do anything wrong.
Exactly.
Mm-mm.
total invasion of privacy, highly illegal.
Literally, let's not even get into how illegal that is to put it. You gotta
Yeah,
have a really good reason to be sneaking a camera into someone's
just
bedroom.
yeah, like you're trying to make sure that the safety of this person, like there has to be some legitimate reason that kind of like when parents keep a camera in the home to watch over just for the
Right, like a nanny
babysitter or something
cam.
like that. Yeah, that is legitimate. That's because it's your own home. That's because this is freaking weird. I'm sorry. I just don't see how an entire family is like, oh, she just wants to make sure, and she created this entire list of things that this woman's done wrong. Then girl, get over here and do it yourself. Don't put a
Right,
camera in someone's room. Step up and help out. If it's that big of an issue, i.e. this man is injured, step up and help out.
right. Like I
Otherwise,
said, like that's the
don't be
only reason I could
crazy.
see putting a camera in somebody's
Mhm.
bedroom is like if you're
Yeah,
suspicious that there's happening or something like that, or something you need evidence for. But
yeah.
she said, you didn't change the sheets fast enough. It's not that she didn't change the sheets. It's not that she's not caring for her husband and taking care
Mm.
of him while he's there, injured and unable to care for himself. It's that the mom is setting these standards and you're not living up to them. That's not an excuse to put a camera in somebody's bedroom. That's wild.
Crazy. People said
Jesus.
NTA, report it to the police, let your husband go home to his mummy. And that's exactly it.
Literally. I couldn't have
Go
said it
home
better
to mummy
myself.
and bye bye.
Call
Over
the
and done
cops,
with.
call a lawyer, get those papers filed, girlfriend. You do not want to add children to this situation and to complicate it even further.
Get the out of Dodge before you get entangled with children. And it's like, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
Am I the asshole for not eating my mother in law's cooking?
no. I'm
I'm going to say no.
gonna
I
say
don't know.
no, but I'm a picky person,
Yeah, I
so
could get it if you're a picky eater, if you have dietary restrictions and she doesn't respect that.
like there's certain textures I just cannot go for, and that's it.
Are there certain flavors you can't go for?
mm, yeah, like no flavor.
Put some salt and pepper in there. Damn.
Give me something. Gosh.
Okay. My mother-in-law thinks she can cook, but she is the worst cook I have ever encountered. She doesn't own salt because she doesn't believe in it. She didn't own a vegetable peeler till I bought her one. She hates chopping anything. When my husband and I were dating, she made potato bake with Greek yogurt. My husband got sick from eating it, and I refused to eat it because she didn't own any cream. She made a lasagna with whole pitted olives in it. Who puts olives in
Who puts the
lasagna?
olives in lasagna?
That was a fun surprise.
That was a fun surprise.
Crunch.
Oh,
I will never get over her stir fry, in quotes, that was just hot cooked celery with honey and soy sauce on it. How did this man survive childhood? She didn't add anything else. My husband started cooking for himself as a teenager, and her partner cooks
oh,
his own food also. Since we've been married 3 years ish, my husband and I agreed that we wouldn't let her cook any meals for us anymore. We haven't told her outright that she's terrible because she really thinks she can cook. We'll order takeaway and take it over to her house or go out for a meal or have them come to our house so I can cook. In the odd chance that she does cook, we bring something as well so we can actually eat. If she gives us leftovers, we throw them away. She finally cottoned on.
caught, caught.
Is cottoned on
Uh,
a saying, a phrase?
no, I think it's
She
just supposed to be
finally
caught
caught
on.
on to what we were up to and is now getting quite offended when we try to make alternative arrangements, insisting that she can cook. We keep dodging her. Am I the asshole for refusing to eat her food? She's really bad and I don't want to upset her.
No, heck
Oh,
no. Infinity no. I don't even know how no, you are not the a-hole. This can be. That's
Sometimes people need their feelings hurt a little bit.
yeah. People need honesty. I am a big person on being honest, and sometimes it's going to hurt people, but it needs to be said because I'm
Yeah.
sorry. What is that stir fry? I can't get over that celery and honey and
Soy sauce.
it's just it's missing so many ingredients.
And it's probably just whole stalks of celery since she doesn't like chopping things.
I just what is
Uh,
that?
listen, I'm no Gordon Ramsay,
Lasagna?
but I got knives in my house. And I have vegetable peelers and I do peel the vegetables.
I am baffled right now at this woman's thoughts on her cooking. Like,
I don't even want to
I don't
know what
just
her cooking techniques are with meat. I'm not even going to think about it.
well, this dude already got sick from what pasta salad?
From the
She probably
lasagna. Oh no, yeah,
was it?
the
Yeah, it was the pot like some pasta salad she made
it
from
was
yogurt.
the potato bake with Greek yogurt because she didn't have cream.
No,
Is that like a
someone needs
baked
to teach her
potato?
substitutions. I
Oh,
don't. Well,
okay.
yeah, if it there's a difference, I don't know if it was potato bake or baked potato, but
She was just putting whole
regardless,
potatoes in a pan with Greek
dude's
yogurt.
getting sick from potatoes and Greek yogurt. Like,
He's
no
like a
flavor.
baby. He's like 6 months old, starting to eat solid foods. She's like, "Here's a whole potato. I'm not gonna peel it. I don't own a peeler. Eat the peel.
I'm a great cook. Mmm, so
Here's
good.
some pitted
No,
olives." I
no.
can't.
What is wrong with you? No, go
Top
watch
comments.
the freaking Food Network.
Literally,
Gosh.
just for like a little bit, just show her like not even one of the ones where they have to like come up with stuff based on like random ingredients. Like just a normal cooking show, like Barefoot
Just
Contessa or like what's that
Sandra
Italian
Lee.
chick, Giada.
Oh, Giada, that would be a good one.
Yeah, since she likes to
She
make
starts
Italian food,
with
apparently.
if she starts with Sandra Lee, she's gonna get drunk halfway through it. A shot
Two
of
shots
vodka, glug
of
glug
vodka.
glug glug. She's gonna be like,
The
I
top
can cook.
comment.
This is amazing. Good.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm a chef. The top comment, fuck it, upset her. Everyone's going to
Mm.
extreme lengths to avoid her cooking, and she's caught on to it. Why lie now? Not the asshole for not eating the terrible food. A bit, you're the asshole ish, and y'all for how you danced around the issue. And then OP responded and said, I just asked my husband how aware she is of how we feel about her food. He strongly believes that she knows we don't want to eat her food and that she thinks that we think she's a bad cook. Main problem is she genuinely really thinks she can cook and keeps trying to force us to eat her cooking, getting more and more insistent about it.
Gosh, no.
Wild.
All right. Am I the a-hole for kicking my mother-in-law out of the room for trying to change the baby's name?
Gross.
Ugh. I, 29 female, gave birth to my son last week. My husband, 32 male, and I agreed to name my son after my father. My father passed away when I was 14, and we were very close. His middle name is named after my husband's grandfather. My mother in law is very opinionated about everything. She has been giving us her opinion on everything for our son. The day I was due, I only wanted my husband there. He drove me to the hospital, and mother in law walks into the room and starts babbling on about the baby's name, feeding schedules, etc. I kept it together as best as I could. After my son was born, mother in law was trying to talk my husband into convincing me to change his name. She asked the nurses if she could legally change his name, even after she went as far as to accuse me of controlling my husband into the name choice. I yelled at her to get out of the room and we will not be changing the name. She left and has been telling family members a different story. My husband has been sticking up for me and told her that nothing will be changed. If she continues, we will be cutting her off from seeing her grandson. Now, most of her side of the family are calling me names and demanding that I apologize to my mother in law. She has texted me a few times calling me an asshole. Am I the
Ooh,
asshole for kicking her out?
no. I'm just gonna put it out there. No. And this
Why
is
is
the
this?
scary side of grandparents' rights type stuff.
Hmm.
Like, I know there's a
Yep.
lot of push for grandparents' rights in legislation because if there is a situation where the grandparents can care for a child,
Yep.
when the parents can't or won't, then the
It's
grandparents need to have legal rights to the children.
right.
But in these situations, those rights could be easily abused, and this
Hmm.
woman could go behind their back and legally change her grandchild's name. I want to know what she wants to change it to. Like, why does she have such a
Right.
problem with her own father's name? I'm guessing, unless it's
Probably,
the
yeah.
paternal grandfather.
Probably a paternal thing. Yeah.
You know,
To try to keep her family
what
name
does
going
she
or
want to
something
change
like
it
that.
to?
Right. And it's like, man, I don't understand why she thinks, like, I have had to deal with other people or hearing about other people that have had the mother-in-law that just wants to come into the room and just wants to be there, and it's like, no,
Yeah.
we've created this peaceful space and we're going to go through this whole change because it's an entire change of lifestyle when you have a baby.
Mhm.
And it's whatever the parents want, whatever the mother wants. And sometimes those mother-in-laws or even regular moms, just the mother's mother,
Yeah.
they just don't get the hint that not the time or place, and this isn't about you.
Yeah. That's literally it. It's not about you.
Hmm. Yep. And it's
It's
not
not
what
about
you
you,
want.
babes.
Mm-mm. I just, that part where she even had the audacity to be like, hey, nurse, how can I change this baby's name? I bet the nurse was just sitting here like,
That's freaking
really?
wild.
Really? And then the mom was probably like, hey, get out. We've told you. We've dealt with this before. The nurse was like, yes, this is the fun part of my life.
Yeah.
Get out.
Every
Kicking them
L&D
out.
nurse, they love kicking people out of the room. They're like,
Those,
you have
they
no
are the
authority here? Well, I
best.
do.
They are the best bodyguards out there, let me tell you.
Yo,
All
that's
right,
freaking
top
crazy.
comment. Not the asshole. I would tell her this. You have one chance. You stop this madness now. You apologize for your behavior, and you tell everyone else to back off. Or
Yeah.
this is literally the last time you will ever hear from us, and you'll never see this child again. You're not the parent. You do not have a say. And until you submit and accept this, there is nothing here for you. Absolutely. That
Yeah.
right there. That's
She's got to
insane.
be a real pleasure to deal with on a daily basis. Like
You
the
know
fact
there's
that
an
she's going
issue.
around telling people like that's not what happened. I'll tell you what really happened. Like how are you going to spin trying to change the baby's name as it's being born like
Right.
in your favor? How are you going to do that?
Absolutely. Also, I'd like to take a moment to say that good job for the husband for sticking up for his wife.
For once, we've got a
Mm.
husband that's not caving and giving in to his mother.
No, not doing to mommy
A round of
dearest.
applause for the man.
Because,
Y'all wild. Who raised you? That's what I
yeah,
want
no
to
kidding.
know. Who raised you? I'm very curious as to what
Mm-mm.
the name she wanted to change it to. You think it was something normal or something ridiculous?
It's gonna be freaking Edward, and she has some
She's a
Twilight
Twilight.
obsession. She's like, I'm
She's
Team
like,
Edward.
I'm Team Edward. The baby needs to be Edward.
OP,
I'm
if
changing this
you're
baby's name to
changing
Resume.
res- resume.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Hashtag
Meniscus.
Team Jacob. Meniscus. OP, if you actually do read this and listen to us and you named your child Edward, I'm sorry. I did not. No ill intent.
If
Beautiful
any of the
name.
names you actually chose were Edward,
Beautiful
disregard.
name. Yep, disregard.
Disregard the comments.
My
Or
bad.
consider that Twilight exists in the world
Yeah,
and the name
yeah,
Edward is forever changed.
it really has. Edward, Jacob, the whole
It's
bit.
lost
I
all
just,
meaning.
the fact that there's actually people out there that name their child Renesmee after this, I'm just like,
I hope someday I meet a real life Renesmee because I will just die laughing. We'll do a Twilight episode at some point.
we will, absolutely.
Because as much as we like to shit on Twilight,
Mm. Oh, I love it.
I love to watch it. Maybe I'm hate watching, but I have a
It's
good time.
it's a
It's
good
really
cringe
funny.
watch.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for calling my mother-in-law out for excluding only me on the family girls trip?
No.
Okay,
But then again, would you want to be going on that girls trip anyway? So,
right. Do you want to go somewhere where you're not wanted? Because
exactly.
I don't. Okay. So, I get along with my mother in law most of the time, but sometimes me and her clash. The only relevant time we've had issues was a few years ago when we were on a family vacation and we got into a massive fight. The long and
Mm.
short of it was I ended up missing an important family dinner at the restaurant my mother in law and father in law met at. Usually, when I'm on vacation, I don't like to schedule stuff out and just explore and have fun. So I got distracted and missed dinner. Last week, I learned that my mother in law and all my sisters in law are going on a trip to California this summer. Apparently, they planned this since last year, and I was specifically left out of the planning. My sister in law said that the reason my mother in law chose not to invite me was because of the fight we had about the dinner years ago. I'm the kind of person who likes to deal with things head on. No petty bullshit, so I called my mother in law up last night. She at first said it wasn't personal, that she wanted to plan a bunch of activities over the week in Cali and knew I was not the one for long planned itineraries. I said that was crap because I could come and still hang out with them at the beach and hotel while going to do the stuff I chose. She
Mm.
then said she was not going to pay for a flight and a hotel for me, just for me to choose to stand everyone up. Things got heated really quickly, and she ended up telling me that she swore to herself never to pay for another one of my trips after ruining her anniversary trip like I did, just because I'm selfish and can't bother to do things other people want to do. This was complete bullshit, and I called her out on it. We ended up
Yeah.
fighting, and I hung up. I
Okay.
texted my sisters in law, telling them I'm completely disgusted that they would all leave me out of this because my mother in law has a petty grudge against me and cannot stop
Mm.
being a control freak for 5 seconds. Today, I woke up to text after text telling me to grow up and that she was not the only one who didn't want me there. My husband supports me 100%, but
Ooh.
apparently he got chewed out by his mother in law today, and he said now he's staying out of it. So now I'm starting to wonder if calling her out like this was too far and that I should have been the bigger person. I don't know though.
Homegirl, that whole side of the family don't like you.
Right. I don't know. I can
They
understand the
don't.
mother-in-law not wanting to pay for her ticket. But yeah,
But
like if you
she's
want to come, buy your own ticket. I'm not paying
right.
for a ticket for you to do whatever you want and leave the rest of us.
Like I could get her wanting to pay for her daughters because that's her daughters. It's literally a girls' trip
Right.
kind of a thing.
Mhm.
But she completely chose to not invite her for
Mhm.
her own reason, meaning she doesn't freaking like her.
Yeah.
Um, and clearly, some of the daughters, if not all of them, also don't like her. So why would you want to go to that, first off?
Yeah.
But I don't think you're an a-hole for calling her out on it. I really
Yeah.
don't. They, here's the thing though, you got to accept that people aren't going to like you.
Right. And I mean, if
And
you're going on a family trip, it's kind of
yeah,
understood you're there with the family, so do the
hmm
things the family is doing, you know?
right, right. With that being said, like, don't take people's crap, but at the same time, don't put yourself in a position to be berated 24/7. You're not going to want to go. Don't go. You know, don't get mad at them. Yeah, call them out for their ill intent, but I'm all for that. When people are mishandling and mistreating you, call them out on it. Stand your ground, post your boundaries, but don't purposefully get yourself into a position where you're going to be around negativity 24/7. That's
Right, exactly. I'm kind of
yeah.
confused about the whole situation though, because I'm
Mm.
like, how do you miss out on an important dinner? How do you forget about an important dinner while you're out doing your plans? Because it sounds like the dinner that she missed out on was at a restaurant
Oh yeah.
where the in laws had met. So it's a special place to them. So I don't know how you're off doing your own thing and forget about that. Like, when we go on family vacations, Danny and I like to do stuff that's different from the rest of the family.
Yeah.
We don't really want to stay in one place. We kind of want to go
Yeah.
off and do our own thing. We want to explore, see what there is, like do some local stuff, you know? And we make time for that. We'll say, okay, this day that we're here, from this time to this time, we're going to go to this place and do our thing. If anyone else wants to come, you can come. And that's what we
Yeah.
did this last vacation. We went to bookstores, we went to cafes. We always like to find a cafe no matter where we go. And yeah, so I don't know how you go off and do your own thing and miss out on a very important dinner like that. I don't know how you just
Mm.
forget about it. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know.
Maybe
I'm
she
kind of
just
thinking
didn't
OP
want to
is an
go.
asshole. Not an
Oh,
asshole
okay.
for calling her out. Not an
Mm.
asshole for saying, like, hey, why are you planning this vacation without me? That's rude,
Yeah.
you know? Not an asshole for that, but I don't believe that you just forgot about this dinner. I think you didn't want to go, so
Yeah.
you didn't go because you wanted to
Right.
do something else. But you have to, like, tell people, like,
Right. Be like, hey, sorry, I'm not going to be able to get there. Like, I get it. Where introverts are all around. I'm an introvert, and if I just don't want to go to something, but I'll let people know. I'm not going to just
right,
like stand you
not
up.
show
I'm just
up.
going to be like, yeah, I'm going to be like, hey, sorry, I can't go to it for X, Y, and Z.
Mm.
Um, but for the mother-in-law to be spiteful about it and just be like, "Well,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
rude.
inviting you because of this." I'm like, "Take your spiteful ass somewhere else."
Yeah,
I
you didn't
just
come to
I
my very
have
important dinner, so I'm not inviting you to anything. Like, grow up. So, top comment
mm,
is quoting the story. I said that was crap because I could come and still hang out with them at the beach and hotel while going to do the stuff I chose. She then said she was not going to pay for a flight and hotel for just for me to choose to stand up everyone. So then the commenter says, so she's paying for the trip so that everyone can spend time together and do activities together. And your position is that you'll pick and choose the activities that you're interested in. You're the asshole. She doesn't owe you a free trip, which is like what I was saying. Like,
it's true.
pay
Yeah.
for your own way if you want to go, but you don't want to be involved in every little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next comment kind of clarifies a little bit on the first situation. Maybe they
Okay.
said it and I just like it didn't stick in my brain, but
Yeah.
they said, "Don't forget the fact that the previous trip was to celebrate the in-laws' anniversary and she couldn't bother to even show up for dinner. OP isn't that special and no one's going to give her a full paid vacation so she can go do what she wants on their dime."
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, if the whole point of the trip is their anniversary, you kind of got to do what they want to do. Like,
Yeah.
it's like you inviting people on a trip for your birthday, and then on your birthday for the birthday dinner, they just go do something else and don't show up.
All right. Am I the asshole for not letting my mother-in-law join my family's vacation? So I, female 32, and my husband, male 38, have been saving to go on a vacation since early 2022. And we have only recently got up enough money for it. We are a lower middle class family and we have two young kids, 4 and 6. My mother in law moved into our house in September and overheard us talking about our vacation. She believes, as she lives with us, she should also go on the vacation with us. I told her no, and so did my husband. So, in retaliation, she called all our family members, half of them being on her side, and we began getting calls berating us for not being decent and inviting her. She even had the audacity to tell my children that she was going on the vacation with us as to try to guilt me into letting her come. I think she may have also tried to get into my husband's bank account to steal the money, as he got a call asking if he had tried to signing in, and he says he hadn't. Half of my loved ones are against me right now. P.S. She has never done anything like this before and has overall been respectful in our home.
Um, my thoughts are it's kind of weird for them
Mm,
not to invite her because she lives with them, but also like she's not entitled. That's like if you had a roommate, like you're not
right,
entitled to invite your roommate to anything.
right.
So, no, not the asshole. Definitely not for not
Mm,
inviting her. I mean, it's like they said, they've had to save up for a long time. They couldn't afford it for a long time. It's something they've been really wanting
mhm.
to do, just them, their family unit, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. I mean, I don't think she's the asshole. Um, but like, there has to be more context to this.
I don't think there's anything
Um,
wrong with inviting your mother-in-law if she's going to
mm,
pay for herself to go,
right,
but you're not
right,
entitled to invite her to something just because she lives with you.
exactly. And if this is something between a family that's planning a family vacation, unless you are explicitly invited, Like,
Yeah.
for instance, my mother was invited on our Disney vacation,
Mm,
and we purposefully planned everything together, but that
right.
was like years in advance kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Um, but my mom, she wouldn't be like, "Hey, you guys are going on a Disney vacation. Where's my ticket?"
Sick
No,
invite,
that's
bruh.
not acceptable. Top comment was simply an NTA, not the asshole.
Mm,
I'd love to hear more about the circumstances behind this. Do you actually want her there? Does your spouse? Does she want to be living with you guys? Is this a ran out of money thing? Is this a needs constant care thing? Like, that's, yeah, they're right along with me with this one. There's so much context that needs to be implied. It needs
yeah.
more input here.
They didn't put an edit or anything?
Nope, no edits.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah,
Hmm.
there is a lot of context that's left out, but on the basis of what we know, they're not
Right.
the asshole. You don't have to invite her to anything, and she definitely shouldn't be trying to get into your bank account if she, in fact, was trying to do that.
Yeah, that's
I would
shady in
have,
general.
when the bank called, I would have tried to see if they could tell me what the device was, because they can see that.
Right.
I don't know. Because then
There's
I would
ways
have
of,
felt more
yeah,
comfortable accusing her of trying to do that. So,
right.
all right, last one. Ready? Okay. Not sponsored. Vitamin water, sponsor us. Am I the asshole for not getting my wife anything on Mother's Day? You're gonna love this one. You're gonna rage so hard. Okay. I,
Okay.
34 male, did not buy or get anything for my wife on Mother's Day, and let me explain why. My wife and her friend planned a trip to the beach for 4 days, which fell on Mother's Day. So I thought to myself that since I'm watching the kids while she's gone, that would count as a gift since she wouldn't be here to celebrate that day and would get home that night on Mother's Day. She gets home and realizes that I didn't do anything for her and later tells me that she's upset and the message was received loud and clear. I tried to explain my reasoning and thought process, but she didn't agree. So am I the asshole?
Yeah.
There is an edit and an update, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
the
it's
asshole.
like yeah, why
It,
would
it
you?
it doesn't matter if she was gone all day or not. You could easily give her a Mother's Day gift the following day and still say, "Hey baby, I appreciate you." And let you know that I love you and for everything that you've done for us and our family, etc.
Yeah.
And not be like, "Well, you were gone all day. You don't need
Mhm.
anything."
You went on your vacation. I took care of our son. That was the gift. No, that's your job as a dad, actually.
Yeah,
That's
you're
not
not
a
like
gift.
babysitting kids here, okay?
You're not
You're a
babysitting.
dad.
You're doing your
Show
job.
up. Show up. Mm.
Okay, here's the edit. I worded this badly and not enough background. Instead of watching, I should have said taking care of the house and kids. That doesn't make it any
Don't care.
better.
Don't
Her
care.
going to the beach is what I thought she wanted to do for Mother's Day, and me taking care of everything was enough because we pretty much split everything 50-50. She cooks more and I clean more. She wasn't expecting gifts, but acknowledgement of her is what she was looking for. But again, her being gone that day, I thought that it didn't mean that much and wasn't expecting anything. She didn't speak to me for 4 days after I apologized. Eventually, we talked it out, and I admitted my mistakes for not communicating with her. I want to thank all the people that gave me advice and actual conversations and didn't take personal shots, and for the ones that did, I was being sarcastic in my responses. Update. She did get me a Father's Day gift, and it was not divorce papers.
All right.
Because if you're going to sit here and expect her to get you a gift for Father's Day when you're like, I'm taking care of the kid, that's my gift for Mother's Day, me doing my fucking job,
I
and
can't
then
stand it.
turn around and be like, where's my Father's Day gift, huh? Huh?
Yeah. No,
I cannot.
I can't. I cannot. Yeah. So at the very least, you're just a dumbass.
Not only are you an asshole, you're also stupid. Like,
But I did
bro,
this for her, but I did that. I thought it was covered.
I don't know
Shut up.
how. she forgave him because I would have been like, we're not cool right now for a while. You need to make this up to me. What's up, baby? Take me out to dinner. You know?
Absolutely. I just this part is where I'm just like, I don't understand how he's like, oh, for everyone being nice to me, I answered back. For everyone being I gave you a sarcastic comment. Okay, and
Great.
you put
I don't
yourself
think you're
out
in a
there.
position to be sarcastic here, my guy.
You put yourself out
uh,
here, and then you're gonna be like, oh, I just want to mention all my fans. Like, who cares?
mm,
Who cares? Right?
mm,
You're an asshole, but at the very least, if you're not an asshole, you're at least a dumbass because really?
legit.
You really thought that that was okay? Oh, okay, cool, 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 cool.
Mm. Like
Check
you could
yourself.
have just like got her flowers, a
Yeah,
card, something,
something, something,
anything.
a little recognition,
Like,
or
welcome back from your vacation. Let me give you a foot massage. You know,
exactly.
it's not
Just
hard.
something that says Happy Mother's Day to her, shows your appreciation to her. That's all,
Mm.
that's the very least you had to
No,
do. The
my gift
very
to
least.
you is doing the thing I'm already supposed to be doing.
Just a bunch of dumbasses.
Literally, though. Thank you for joining us here at the Vibe Check Cafe podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode, and we'd love to hear your feedback in the comments. We'll definitely get to reading those, as many as we can. Give us a like and a follow, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
Wonder what Joe Biden's doing right now.
And that's show business.